Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. This is going to be...
Before I get started with my video, you can go ahead and start asking me questions now on Truly. Remember that account I told you guys about last year? Well, if you go to this website here and put in this code X22R2, you can create your account and start asking me questions. It's really fun and neat. Let's try it out. Okay, here's today's video.
When I saw this story that just came out recently, okay, this lady, Nylah Burton, this lady has got some serious issues. To put something so reprehensible, what she wrote, oh, my Mr. Otis is here. This article that she put in this paper about the Queen, she basically said that, you know, instead of Betty White dying, she wanted the Queen of England to die. Really? She wanted the Queen of England to die instead of Betty White. Like, do you have to be hating that much that you would say something like this? And not only say something like this, but put it in a tweet? And then apparently she took her tweet down, but this, you guys got to hear this. Okay. So Nylah Burton, who has written several articles arguing in favor of the Sussexes and critiquing the royal family, reacted as many did in the television legend's death, but put a bizarre spin on it. So she put in all caps, Betty White is dead. Why couldn't it have been Queen Elizabeth? That's what she said. So Burton tweeted this from her now dead account, and that's right, she should have her account taken down for saying such nonsense. Like, who does something like this? And I just cannot understand people for the life of me that are so pro Harry and Meghan and their bad behavior that they will completely overlook everything that they are doing for the sake of taking up for her because what? She got some color? But you're going to excuse all of her behavior, all the bad things that she's done, how she treats people. Like, completely going against all the things that Dr. King has ever said. Like just sidestepping it. Like, it don't matter what Dr. King said. You know, you don't judge people on their skin color. You judge them on their character. Sidestep the character, the actions, the choices that said colored person makes. And then they want to, you know, say they're being treated so poorly that they go out and react and say stupid things like what this lady said in a tweet. It does not make any sense. Like, these people are completely lost their minds. And this is the one thing that really got me when I was reading this, because she really should reevaluate her choice for being so pro Meghan and Harry by what she said in this article that came out. So a pro Meghan Markle journalist deleted her Twitter account on Friday after making multiple jokes suggesting that the Queen should die instead of Betty White. First of all, you shouldn't be saying anybody should just die. Like, who comes out and just say you should die? Do you not understand that this is a life that you're talking about? You are telling people that you wish such and such person was dead. Okay, like, what, you can think things like this, but you certainly do not write it and put it in a tweet and make it part of your defense to go along with all the other pro Meghan things that you have said in the past, to show you're pro Meghan, to say something like that. Despite the outrage, Burton, who describes herself as a sexual assault prevention specialist, initially chose to go at it again in the second tweet on Friday. So she says, why not Queen Elizabeth? The universe took the wrong old white lady, SMDH, Burton remarked towards a replier who criticized her. And it's just disgusting. Like, you want to have your voice heard, to be respected, and then you're going to say things like this. So Chicago-based Burton, who has written for Bustle, Vox, B Media, and Shondaland, set her account to private initially, but eventually took it down completely late Friday. So she has previously written articles criticizing the monarchy, including one for Elite Daily titled Black Women Are Not Surprised by How the Royals Treated Meghan. And that whole article needs to be critiqued, first of all, because not all black women are surprised. as a matter of fact, myself as a black woman, I think that the royal family has not done enough to really show Meghan her place, because this is why you have someone who has this bad behavior, because you're afraid that morons like this are going to call you out, and they don't have they don't even understand the complexities of the issue, because all they're looking at is how one side treats Meghan, not ever looking, mind you, at Meghan's choices and her character and the things that she has done. So in another piece, she criticized Prince Harry and Meghan for using the Queen's nickname Lilibet as their daughter's giving name, arguing it endorses the monarchy and shows the couple don't want real revolutionary change. And this is what I'm talking about. This right here was the clue to this woman who wrote this article. Had she looked at the facts of everything that Meghan has done, she would know that Meghan is very pro-monarchy. She's so pro-monarchy that she is going to keep using her title. She's going to try to make herself a royal woman over in America, which is definitely not going to go down as far as I'm concerned, because I'm going to speak out against something like this, because she cannot be royalty in America. That's just not something that we as Americans want. But she's going to try to put on us Americans her title, her call to royalty, and look at us as her subjects. And this woman is wondering why she named her daughter Lilibet. Well, let me just tell you something, ladies. She named her daughter Lilibet, first of all, because she is trying to show that she wants to be the next queen. Did that ever cross your mind? Ever? To think why she would do this? Did it ever cross your mind perhaps she is just trying to show that she's in her good graces with the Queen because she wants to be a part of royalty still? Did you ever look at why she's done a lot of things that try to align her with royalty with her own terms? See, if this woman really was a journalist, a real writer, she would understand the complexities of the issues that are happening. But she's so one-sided, so narrow-minded in her thinking that she only looks at the fact that Meghan is a woman of color. And this is how she based her article. Her article is not based on anything that compares and contrasts the things that this woman has done to give the royal family cause for perhaps the things that they may have done that she says are perhaps bad things that they have done to her, the royal family. So for me, I'm just dumbfounded as to, how someone like this could even have a voice behind these publications, because her voice is very one-sided with the facts and the information, especially that has come out. She doesn't even say anything about the controversy around what came out in the courts when Meghan had to apologize to the courts for lying. Okay? But we always want to defend somebody because we want them to represent us with the little bit of drop of color that they have, for the sake of being able to say, well, y'all being mean to somebody that I think represents me. And this is a woman who's never wanted to be represented around the black community. She has never owned her blackness. She's never identified as a woman of color being raised. She's always identified with the white side. And yet she wants, this woman here in this article wants to take up for this woman who she does not know not anything about her and her history and how she has carried herself through her own life. But she wants to take up for her for silly reasons of having a little bit of extra pigment in her skin or in her ancestry. I mean, really, that's the reason why. Okay, what a disgusting thing to say. Just snuck in as the most violent, offensive tweet of 2021, someone wrote. And then Nylah with a tweet of pure nastiness and hate. You have to feel sorry for these people and their supporters that think such tweets are acceptable. Again, the mental illness and hate of leftism strikes. These are things that people were writing, and I loved what Piers Morgan had to say. He said, delete this, you disgusting piece of work. Exactly. And of course, she had to obviously do something about it because she did take down her Twitter. So Burton's work has also been seen in the New York Times, Business Insider, Huffington Post, MSN, South Africa, The Independent, and Yahoo, and Refinery 29, where she wrote such pieces as "What We Lose When We Focus on Whiteness in Interracial Relationships." What? Her work tends to focus on social justice, identity politics, and mental health. Shame on you, wrote Chris. Delete your miserable account. Dan Wooten chimed in and he said, and this, just for the record, she doubled down when I pointed out what an awful thing she'd said, which should have been obvious to any decent human being. You would think a person that has this kind of backing behind such publications, and they give her voice to many people to read, that she could even say something like this is so disgusting. I am so appalled and outraged that you could take on issues around race and social justice and define it in a way that is so ugly and disgusting, because what you are saying is not aligned with any decent human being. And if you let these race issues get the best of you, so much so that you have to resort to wishing that somebody was dead to help your point of view, so to speak, then you've lost your way. You have lost your way in the world, and you should not have a voice to speak to anybody. Go off and rehabilitate your sick mind, and get back to common decency. And when you do come back to this common decency, perhaps, hopefully, you will start to see the despicable, disgusting things that this Meghan Markle woman has done along with her husband. Then perhaps you'll start to see the full picture and write something that is a little bit more objectionable and not so one-sided, because you want somebody with a little extra pigment to win this battle of racism. Whatever your reason is, I don't know, but it's just disgusting. I'm just really not understanding what's wrong with people. They lost their minds over this whole nonsense with this girl. This is why it has to be stopped. She cannot, Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, they cannot try to have no kind of walking in nothing with supporters, with a voice of trying to change and advocate for anything, because their direction has got people like this vouching for them.